I don't know why that always makes me so excited every time I don't screw it
Every
up.
week she's like, "Oh wait, hang on." Hi
Like, is it good?
guys,
Hello, everybody.
how we doing?
My internet is slow tonight, y'all. So you've been forewarned. So if comments are kind of straggling in, it's because I'm hitting the button and it's not pulling over yet. So, hi, mom.
Hi, Mrs. Kathy Smith.
My mama. She the best.
She is the best. She is the best. My
So we
favorite.
go through all these. Make sure we say to hi to everybody. I love how everybody's like, "Hi, Aaron's mom."
I know, right?
We got Dragon Ranger. Mary Beth is here. I love with the train. I love it. I
I
love how
know.
that's become a thing.
I
It's like,
love it so much. And to be honest, Aaron, I am starting to like do a little bit more with the shop's TikTok page.
yeah,
So I'm gonna start touting this show. Hang on, my dog's
nice.
laughing. I'm gonna start touting the show on it and just kind of being like, listen, this is what we do because it's you and me that do this business, right? You infuse everything with Reiki, and I want to talk more about the products that we have and like um, what it's like to be an evidential medium. And so I'm just gonna start promoting the hell out of the show. um,
I love it.
Yay! Crap Fair on Saturday. We
I
love
saw
those.
that.
Make
That's
sure you have cash uh, and a credit card reader. Those are
yeah,
my biggest two pieces of advice. The first vendor fair I went to, I didn't have cash. I didn't take cash, and I lost on a lot of sales. A
yeah.
lot of people still paying with cash these days. I don't ever, but at vendor fairs, yeah. So make sure you have cash for change.
Speaking of
And
that exact thing, we were at the Alley Theater for Cody and Satori and Zappis' event.
yeah,
What was that? 2 weeks ago now.
yeah.
And we got there early, so of course Jen and I do what Jen and I do. It's like, okay, what can we do to help? So they've got all their merch set up, and I'm like, Johnny, where's your? He's like, well, just do check or cash. And I'm like, honey, no, no,
Nobody has checks.
no, 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 no. So we
First
were
of
able to
all,
program something on
checks
Cody's
don't exist.
machine that yeah. I was like, oh, bless your heart. Like, you're going to miss out on a lot of sales. And so let's just
I did.
not do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I did for sure.
Dave
She
just
says she's getting changed tomorrow and she's got Venmo and she's also going to be right
feels
next to an ATM machine. That's a great location. That's a
that.
really great
Right?
location. Yeah.
Right. No
Yeah.
excuses at that point. The money machine's right here.
1,000%. Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
those are my two biggest pieces of advice for,
Having a great time. Sell all the things.
oh God, sell all the things. And I saw like your coasters and stuff like oh man, these are great, great Christmas presents.
They really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot of work, but man, is it fun. And you can make a lot of money.
True.
Hi.
That's where Amanda works, she said.
Oh, cool.
Jonathan's going to be at SK tomorrow night.
Oh, really? That's cool.
That house is so amazing. And not only is the house amazing, the staff's amazing. I know they got new owners now, and
That's right.
we're all down with keeping the paranormal stuff going on. I think they're gonna be adding some things to what they do in there.
Cool.
But the staff's amazing. Marion, who runs it, is really just incredible. Nobody knows that house better than she does. And
That's
my
wonderful.
friend Sarah Bentley started working there as a caretaker / tour guide.
God, that is like I would love to do that. Do you guys know that guy Dylan? He's a paranormal investigator. He's got a YouTube show. I started following him on TikTok. He started to cover Jason's GoFundMe. And hey baby doll. So it's Tom. Hello, Tom.
Tom.
He had said he posted a video asking what were some like haunted locations that a lot of people maybe didn't know about, like everybody knows, like, Trans Allegheny and, the big places, but he wanted some suggestions of like some, kind of diamonds in the rough that like more people should be aware of. And a lot of people mentioned SK Pierce.
It is whoever, I don't remember how many owners, or if it was the owner that just sold it, or somebody before them who redid the place. But I mean, you're talking like the velvet, like haunted mansion looking like wallpaper, like the
Oh
old.
my God.
I mean, the floors, the furniture, I mean, the house is just stunning, and that's a hell of a place to go for sure if you get a chance to go, because they do tours and they do overnights, and
Oh gosh. Now, where is it?
it's in Gardner, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it took us like three and a half hours, but up from Maine. So
Okay.
where in Massachusetts it is, I could not tell you on a map. I just know that's the name of the town. I did not drive down there. Jen drove.
It's the one where you guys all took the group picture on the stairs.
Yep, that's SK.
That is a gorgeous, like right away, the staircase. I was like, ooh.
The whole place is
I
just.
love that kind of stuff. I love Victorian homes. The second you mentioned like the velvet, like haunted mansion type wallpaper, I was looking behind me and I'm like, I could do that.
I know, right?
I could do that. I could
Right?
do
Yeah.
it. I would
It's a
do it
really, it's a really cool place, and yes, it has the Widow's Peak. It literally looks like if you know the old doll houses from like our like 80s and 90s that you buy at Michael's. That's what it looks like, but in real life.
Oh my god!
Like all the details, how it's painted, like all the different. It's
There's
just
a house
really
like
cool.
that in downtown Raleigh. I can't remember the name of it. It was on my paranormal tour, and it looks like that. It's got like a bell tower, and it's got like those oval windows, and it's just the most beautiful. It's got that like lace, not lace, but that kind of like intricate detailing woodwork, like on the wraparound porch, like in the
That's how this
corners,
is too. Yep.
Love it. I love it. I love it back
Quite a
here
place.
so much. There's always something interesting to look at.
I agree. So I highly recommend SK Pierce. Jonathan, you'll have to tell us how it went.
Oh, please do. Yes. Please do.
It has the cleanest basement of a New England old house I've ever been in.
Really? Because you're used to the Conjuring house's basement.
Boy, you could like eat off the floor in the basement at SK. Like it is in
Is it a finished basement?
No.
No. Oh,
well, I mean, it's not finished at all. Like,
okay.
But it's just very cleaned. It's been cleaned up. They do a killer job of taking care of that house. And
sounds like Jennifer and my best friend Jennifer and her husband Mike's basement. Like he's a clean freak.
Perfectly clean.
He's a super clean freak. And like I was like, this is like the cleanest, most organized basement I've ever seen. And Jennifer's like, oh, really? Because we think it looks like a mess. I'm like, oh God.
That's how my parents' house is too. They have the most organized. My mother is it's perfectly clean. The basement is always organized. And my dad's always like, there's so much stuff to get rid of. It's like, where? Because it ain't ours. So I don't know what you're talking about, but it's like perfectly clean.
Yeah.
In the basement at my parents' house all the time.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mary Beth said that her dad actually made her a dollhouse like that when she was little.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, shoot. SK used to have a tunnel under the road to the mill across the street, but it's filled in. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, now it's across the street is a liquor store where they'll sell you a 4-pack of non-alcoholic Guinness for $19.99. Not even kidding. True story. Yep.
Wow, that's wild. I love that kind of stuff, especially because it's mostly back here. Yeah. So another place on my paranormal tour, I'm giving away secrets, whatever. At the state capitol down in Raleigh, there are tunnels that go out from the state capitol, like under the streets, that were designed back during the Civil War in case government had to like abandon the Capitol building. They could it's like a good getaway for the local government. It ended up being a way during Prohibition for barrels of whiskey to be smuggled to speakeasies down Fayetteville Street.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And they're still open. They're not filled in, which shocked the hell out of me because downtown Raleigh, like they've got, skyscrapers, like that's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
On these roads that the tunnels are still there. They're blocked by rebar and stuff now. Our local news did a story on them. You can't get in them, but they still exist. And that was one of my favorite stories.
I have to say, so I didn't obviously announce the company I'm working for with all this GoFundMe stuff going on. I'm just not going to do that. But
Right.
I'm working at an old, still very functional paper mill up here
Cool.
and doing admin stuff. But the best part is the building's was built in the old building, the oldest part of the building. This mill's been in an operation since 1903. It's haunted as shit. So I now keep a REM pod, a spirit box, and a K2 meter in my desk.
Get the hell out.
Like, okay, we're going. And I'm like, do you want me to clock out? He's like, no, let's go. And we're getting underneath the buildings yeah. I went into the basement. One of the guys there took me all through the basement. We were on the roof. I didn't bring the equipment then. He's like, can you bring your spirit box? I'm like, no, I forgot. But what's great is all these people, none of them have investigated. This building has never been investigated, ever. And you got 120 plus years of history up there in that building. A lot of, you've had deaths.
A lot of accidents. I'm sure that there have been deaths.
There have, because our first week of training, the first Thursday, I called it all the ways the mill can kill you day.
No, great.
Because, I mean
saws and
all kinds of crazy shit. And there's hard hats and safety. I got all kinds of stuff. I look like a complete whack job when I'm going to work, but it's great. But it's haunted, and the people that nobody I've worked with is investigated. They're not, but they're very much into this shit. I'd be honest. I'd be remiss in saying if I didn't think that's part of the reason I got the job, because they think I'm cool right now. That'll wear off eventually. But
I don't think so, girl.
They're all into it.
So.
And we're getting stuff. We had an F-bomb dropped underneath the admin building in a spirit box, and we all know a spirit box is not satellite. Mm-hmm. It's still regulated by the FCC. So if you get that word, then it ain't the radio. Oh crap! You know what? This is a call I have to take.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna mute this. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
All right, pop off. It's okay. Okay, so let's talk about Erin. What do we really think of her? Just kidding. How is everybody's? I bet the energy is insane. I think you're right. So how has everybody's week gone? How are we doing? Did anybody do anything, any kind of manifestation or whatever on November 11th? It was Veterans Day, 11/11 at 11/11. That was a real big, powerful moment. Anybody do anything crazy? I did a spell in that very moment, and whammy, did that thing big. Holy crap. Yeah, I told everybody, I'm like, what do we really think of Erin?
She's the worst. Well, it's, it was Satori. And so I always, with all the chaos over the last 2 years, if she actually calls me, I panic. I think there's something wrong.
Oh my God, Jennifer is the same way. I never talk to Jennifer. It's always text.
Yeah,
if she calls, I'm like, what's wrong?
She calls, I'm like, what's the matter? Mm-hmm. She's like, nothing. I'm like, I'm live. She's like, oh shit. So I'll call her later. But anyway, nothing was wrong. That's what trauma 2 years of the Conjuring House will do with all this chaos.
I'm telling you, you know what? Same with Jennifer, because
because who talks on the phone anymore? Just kidding.
I literally when Jennifer and I talk, we're on the phone for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But I just don't talk on the phone a lot. My cousin calls me all the time, and I never answer. One, usually because she calls when I'm dashing. So I can't answer.
You're like, gotta drive.
But also, I have had so many jobs where I worked in a call center. I was on the phone constant. I just don't like talking on the phone. Erin and I always text. Whenever we talk on the phone, we generally are on the phone for about an hour and a half. But Erin and I really don't talk on the phone with each other. We text. We'll text books. Like, it'll be like a big long, but we don't ever.
No, for me, it's my parents, Andrea, usually. It's usually them. Michelle and I usually talk like once a week and catch up. But with Tori or Cody, when the phone rings, I'm like, what happened? And it's 9 times out of 10, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I scared Jennifer the other night. We were dashing, and Coy goes into the restaurants, and then he. Oh, thank you so much! I'm so glad. I love it. I love it so much more. I worked really hard on it. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, I'll just
This'll be
switch website. It'll be
easy.
super easy. And while it was like my email subscriber list is really quite long, and so I was able to import that and my products. But then we reshot all the photographs for all the products, and I have like 108 products. And I was like, "What?" Koi goes, "What are you doing? Why are we doing this?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
This is a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea." And I told everyone it's going to be up in a week.
Yeah,
But that's
agreed.
me. So thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate it. Yay, Buffy. Thank you so much. I do. I love it very much. But I had called Jennifer. We were dashing. So Koi takes my phone in because that's my phone is my account, and the Dasher app is on my phone. So he takes it when he goes to deliver. And it was taking a while for him to deliver it. It was like a big apartment complex. And so I called Jennifer from Koi's phone.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes,
"Oh, way to freak her out, even worse."
1,000%. She goes, "Hello?" And I'm like, "Hey, it's me." I said, "We're dashing. Koi's my phone." I thought
Don't ever do that again.
Yes, she was like, "You scared the hell out of me." Koi never calls Auntie, but yeah. So
sometimes it happens.
Sometimes.
All right.
How's Andrea?
She is hanging in there. I have not talked to her today. I know she had her first infusion on Monday. I guess it was kind of the tester to see how she handled it. Seemed to be okay. I think it got her a little bit yesterday, but that's to be expected. I think, today she was having a meeting or a doctor's appointment with one of her main doctors to talk about a potential lumpectomy for that tumor. Okay. So I haven't heard from her today. But I always operate under the pretense that no news is good news.
Yep.
And she's still she was like they were reorganizing all the stuff in the house, and
there is not one damn thing in this world that is going to keep that woman down.
Nope.
And I think I love that about her. That's very inspiring. Yeah, I'd probably just lay around and complain all the time.
I would too. Yeah, she has taken some time off, which I think is really good. Yeah. Let her focus on, healing, and she set her face on the Conjuring House stuff, so she's done with that, and
that is
now she just gets to kind of focus on herself and deal with all of that that's coming to her. So she is doing great, still very high spirit, optimistic. Okay,
she is, yeah,
she's insane in the best way possible. I mean,
absolutely.
She's in good shape.
Okay, so guys, week before last, we were talking about, we brought up elementals, and so we were like, we're going to cover that this week, and so this is the week. We are here, we're covering elementals. Yes, everybody, keep sending her love, keep sending her prayers. All of that energy
helps.
It helps, and it doesn't really
cost anything. It's free.
It doesn't cost anything. It's free. It doesn't take a lot of time. So do that with Andrea, do that with anybody that that may, be struggling with whatever.
Right.
It really doesn't take a lot of time. There's been a lot of energy, and I know, Erin, you have felt it, and everybody has felt it with this Conjuring House thing. There has been I don't even know, I can't even think of a measurement of energy to say, like a word. So I'm going to say a literal fuck ton of energy has been aimed at this endeavor.
I agree. Yeah.
That is palpable. Like, you can feel how much collectively all over the world this energy is going to manifest.
Yes.
This movement. So if you think about,
there's the GoFundMe.
If you think about it,
hasn't seen it yet.
God.
I said there's the GoFundMe for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. She said sarcastically.
No, seriously, what are we at now? Last I checked, it was at like 3,000.
I hadn't even looked at it since I got home. I was doing graphic work and taking the dog out and doing all the things.
Writing our book report on Elemental. Look at my hair, you guys. Yeah, by the way, guys, my hair, look at this. This is ridiculous. I can't even deal with this freaking beam. All right.
What did you do? That was Bernie. I don't know. He's chewing
That's why
on
I
a
was like,
bone. I don't
Dean,
know
are you okay?
what
Did
if
he
he bit his
step on?
tongue?
Was that a squeal or a toy?
He's laying down with a bone.
Huh.
All I can think of is if he bit his own tongue on chewing on the bone.
Accidentally nipped his paw or something.
Something.
This hair, next time you guys see me, this hair will all be gone.
Yeah, tell him what you're doing.
Shaving it up. I'm getting a long pixie.
You. I like
Thanks,
it.
Duffy. Yeah, I can't look at this. It's just look at it. It's everywhere. It's constant. I can't stand it. I only wear my hair like this. 305K. All right, good. Wait, Sandy said almost at 395?
I think it was a typo. I just checked. It's 305,
okay.
304, 945. But I think, the biggest thing about it is how much it's brought the field together. In a field that's so rife with competition and anger and jealousy and need for attention, and to get the polar opposite end of that has been really, really amazing. And I think
I really think Sam and Colby and their video, I really think that did a lot to shift. I did too. Like you said, when you shared it, I was very impressed.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
And I have not been their biggest fans, mostly because I didn't really know who they were until the Hell Week dropped at the farmhouse, and I was pretty angry at that fact that they didn't really do anything to kind of stick up for Cody and Satori. But that, to me, what they did with this was a big deal, and I have to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
And so we'll just see where it ends up. But I, for one, and I think most of the original crew, we will just be glad when it's done one way or another.
Yeah, that's true. Because it has been something that has been a major part of your life and taking up a lot of your time, your emotion, your energy, your mental state for a very long time.
Sitting right here. It's like the first thing you think of when you get up. It's the last thing you think before you go to bed, which I know sounds creepy, but but we're getting there. We're close.
Jonathan says he can hear the farm calling for help when he drives by it.
It's weird. I don't hear typically. So Jonathan, it's different ability wise. But for me, it's crazy because I feel nothing. And that scares me worse.
When I look at pictures, it's not somber, but like when people post pictures, somebody posted a picture, had driven by it, and posted a picture on Facebook. I don't know, Jonathan, if that was you. It just seems abandoned. You go by an abandoned place and it's got life, but the life is sort of quiet. I don't know.
But I think he's right. I think the farm is. I think the spirits and everything are asking for help, and I think the other offshoot benefit to this whole situation is all the good energy that's been sent to the house.
Yeah,
and helping clear out anything that the former, current, whatever it is right now, owner did up in there. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sad feel to it. That's what I'm picking up too.
I agree. Because I've been by. I'm a glutton for punishment. Anytime I go to Mass or Rhode Island for anything, I always drive by it. I don't care how far out of the way it is.
Yeah.
I break my. Corey's like, why do you do that? You're just like a glutton for punishment. I'm like, I know.
Well, you know what? I feel the same way about Phelps Dodge. Like, go to Arizona, go see it. Like,
I
have such an affinity for that place down in Ajo. And I mean, I haven't been to Arizona in like 4 years, but
some places just have your heart. You can't.
Some places just have your heart, and it makes me very happy to know that they have a new owner that is it's going to preserve the building and then allow paranormal investigation. So it's not going to be just left to rot. And I know that the Conjuring House won't be left either. I know that this is, I don't know. I just feel like this is trucking along. Like I said, the volume of energy that's been aimed at this movement has been
amazing.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So think of what all that energy can do. So, and like I said, if you find somebody that is in need of it, that is struggling, that is battling cancer, be it Andrea or a friend of yours or somebody in your family or somebody that you've heard of, It doesn't take long. Just a well wish, hang
Prayer,
in
whatever
there.
it is for you.
Just a prayer, anything. I swear, energy
Oh,
work is for real.
it is. On the top of elementals, Wilson Castle has one, and it's not friendly. LOL. Well,
Well, you know
speaking of
what?
that,
That's a good segue. Let's get right because we've been like chitty chatting for 26
we
minutes.
have. Well, that's
Um,
good because honestly, in this subject matter, it's so hard to find like really reliable information because again, how reliable is any of this stuff at the end of the day? But we elementals, like Jonathan said, the farm has them too. So
yes, the farm does have.
I'm gonna be I pulled like 3 or 4 different things that were interesting that I found to kind of explain a bit about elementals. So I'm literally gonna read them. I'll tell you who they're from.
That's
And then I'll
totally
go.
fine. I learned all about them from when I was training with Chris and Audra as an
Nice.
investigator. So I reached out to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end, when we're talking about like our experiences with them, I will read what they said about their experiences with
Oh,
elementals.
good,
But, yeah.
good. Because yeah, I think I think people probably had more experiences, but they're not aware of it. Sometimes I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Mine
That's
first
so
was
cool.
it hit me square in the face. It just took me a while to figure out that that's what it was. But on that note,
All right, let's get into it. Elementals.
let's get into elementals. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna read from is from a lady named Ivy Corvus from her YouTube channel, and she was covering what are elementals, and it's elementals versus nature spirits, Paracelsus, and more. I'm sure I said that wrong. So I took a couple snippets of this.
Okay.
So she pulled the definition that she is most confident in is from a book called The Self-Initiation into the Golden Dawn. I did not have time to look into what the Golden Dawn is. I know it's a spiritualist movement of some kind, but she found that this was kind of the best way to describe what this is. So I'm going to read this straight up. This is the definition or the description in this book.
Sure.
It says an elemental is a non-physical entity having a nature that is composed entirely of one of the 4 magical elements. They are the invisible counterparts of visible nature or the spiritual essence of the elements. Whereas humans, angels, archangels, and higher spiritual beings have composite natures. Elementals are composed of only one etheric essence. In the spiritual realms, elementals copy a place between human beings and higher entities such as angels and archangels. These 4 elementals are the gnomes for earth, the sylphs for air, the undines or undines for water, and salamanders for fire.
Which you would think salamander would be for water.
You would think, but they're a fire salamander. So I do a lot of work with elements. So that was kind of how when I got into this initially, I fell in with a group of women that did shamanic based elemental work. So
cool.
The bulk of my practice has always been element based. So obviously you're talking air, and just to give you kind of a quick rundown on each element in the metaphysical space. So air is like using your voice, saying what you mean, those kinds of things, because air, voice, throat, a lot of times in the throat chakra, you can do some elemental work with air to kind of clear that up. Fire, burn it all down. Transformation, letting it go. That's going to be the main part of fire. Earth, groundedness, connectedness to the earth, kind of I'm an earth element. So typically that tends to be a person who's good under pressure, good for you to rely on, calm in chaos, that kind of thing. So
that's very you, girl.
That is water. Water to me, I always think of Andrew when she used to say, flip on your back and flow. Water is going with the flow. Water is living with ease. And sometimes in this elemental group that I was in, you worked through all 4 elements, and you started at fire, and then you went to air, and then you went to earth, and then you went to water. And water was where kind of the end was.
Okay.
So anyway, that's kind of the general metaphysical spin on elements and the metaphysical side. So
sure. Okay.
That being said, let's see. Now I said, so this is going to go into literal what the elementals are considered. So you have gnomes tied to earth, which of course we think garden gnomes, but you got to think more energetic gnomes.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the names of these are being derived from the Greek word genomos or genomos. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Meaning earth dweller. Gnomes work in an element so close in vibration to the physical earth that they have immense power over rocks, vegetation, as well as the mineral elements in the bodily makeup of both humans and animals. They work with stones, gems, and metals, and are said to be guardians of hidden treasures. Various mythic traditions have depicted several types of gnomes, such as satyrs, brownies, elves, and dryads. Gnomes are supposed to be patient and hardworking, but can sometimes also be malicious and difficult. Because of their earth nature, they are assigned the direction of north, and that's part of the Golden Dawn tradition. But that's also each element is assigned a cardinal direction, and you're going to hear that in each one of these.
Okay.
The sylphs, and that's Silphs, are the spirits of air.
Okay.
These beings dwell not in the physical atmosphere, but in the incorporeal spiritual substance. Oh my God, say that 10 times as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Let's try that again. Incorporeal spiritual substance, which is similar to the Earth's atmosphere. They are the highest group of elementals because their element has the highest vibrational rate, which makes sense. Air.
Sure. Okay.
The wind and clouds are said to be their vehicle. Mythology usually depicts them as winged fays or fairies. The air spirits are erratic, changeable creatures that move with the speed of lightning. They work through the ethers and gases of the earth and indirectly with the human nervous system. Sylphs are beneficent, mirthful, and inspirational to humans, especially artists and poets, which makes sense. You're talking about using your voice, words, things like that. They are said to dwell in the clouds, and they are assigned to the eastern quarter, again, in the Golden Dawn tradition. And then we're going to get into our water people, or water elementals, called undines or undines. These entities function in the spiritual essence called humid or liquid ether.
Ooh.
I know. I don't know what that means. I'm going to have to look that up later because guess who didn't have time to look that part up? The vibratory rate of this substance is close to that of the element of water. Thus, the undines are able to control and manipulate the flow of water in nature. They also work with the vital fluids in plants, animals, and humans. In mythology, undines are given various forms, such as water nymphs, water sprites, mermaids. They are said to be vital, graceful, and generally beneficent to humans. And these beings are assigned to the western quarter of creation.
Okay.
And our last one is the salamander. They are tied to the fire element. They are the strongest and most powerful of the elementals. The salamanders live in the spiritual ether, which is the invisible fire of nature. Physical fire and warmth cannot exist without them. The salamanders work through the emotional nature of humans and animals by means of the bloodstream and body heat. I'm hot all the time. I thought that was menopause. No, I'm just kidding.
I was just going to say, so my whole freaking problem is a fire salamander.
It's a fire salamander. That sounds much cooler than menopause.
Really does.
They also exert influence over all fiery tempered beings. They are said to be the most difficult of all elementals to communicate, owing to their incendiary nature of their element. However, the smoke of burning incense is a medium for their expression. Salamanders vary in size and appearance from fiery balls or tongues of flame to mythological armored figures and fiery lizard-like creatures. In temperament, they are dangerous and unpredictable. And they are assigned to the south on the compass. So last part of this is the concept of elemental spirits can be traced back to the teachings of Paracelsus, and I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, Pariselus, a 16th century Paracelsus. He was a 16th century Swiss alchemist, physician, and occultist. In his 16th century work, a book on nymphs, sylphs, pygmies, and salamanders, and on other spirits, he identified mythological beings as belonging to one of the four elements. He wrote the book to, quote, describe the creatures that are outside the cognizance of light and nature, how they are to be understood, what marvelous works God has created. He also states that the elementals are at home in their chaos, and therefore nymphs do not drown in water, pygmies are not choked in earth, and salamanders do not burn in fire. So according to Paracelsus, these elementals are the pure embodiment of that one particular element. They do not possess an immortal soul. They do not have a physical body. They were never human. And these beings are not symbolic representations of the element. They are actual beings that you can call upon, and they are part of a much larger system.
That sounds like something really, really cool to study.
I agree. And I think it's interesting because I know, like, the elementals I've had experience, one's a tree, one's a rock, but both earth based
Mm-hmm.
elementals.
Right.
But that this woman also got into, well, some people say it's only the gnomes, the sylphs, blah, blah, blah. But she was more of where I kind of stand with it. There's elementals of all types,
Yeah.
right? Elementals are typically, in my personal experience and then other things I've read, elementals are neither good nor bad. They just are, because of course you can't assign human characteristics to something that
That's
wasn't
not
ever
human.
human.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the picture. Did I show you the pictures? I did. I showed you the pictures that Zach sent.
That accent. Yeah, those are really cool.
They're really, really cool. Now correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, or anybody in the chat. Are Fae to be like? Could Fae be part or connected to an elemental?
So what I was reading, and I'd love to get more into it with, there are nature spirits that are different, and my understanding is that Fae fall more under nature spirits than
Okay.
elementals. But again, I think, like, if you look at it almost like a Venn diagram or whatever, or like a hierarchy, like you would have your elementals at the top, and then it seems like you would have your nature spirits, and then it kind of works its way down from there.
Mm-hmm.
But I do find them fascinating because I don't think we're looking for them. I certainly wasn't until I saw a giant, like 7 or 8 foot tall Groot looking tree walking across the Conjuring house property. That was the first time I'd ever seen one. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but figured it out real quick when it showed up in Florida. But I find them interesting because I've heard stories over the years about people making deals with elementals to keep peace somewhere, or keep negative energy out, or to maintain a balance somewhere. So clearly people have been working with elementals probably since the beginning of, not time,
but yeah, is that something
working in
we
that
should
space,
be doing?
right?
Making deals with elementals.
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it what? Is it bad?
Is that something we should be doing? Making deals with elementals?
I wouldn't personally, but I've also never been in a situation desperate enough where I had to go that route.
Yeah.
I think that would be the only way I would. Now I think there's a difference between working with them on a daily basis and obviously then making a deal with them. It's not something I would do, but I've never had to be so desperate that I wanted to go that route because nothing else is working.
Right. Yeah. I can't even imagine like what you would do. I don't know. I've only seen elementals once, and it was a private residence case that Chris and Audra and I did, and they had elementals, the gnomes, on their property, and I was like, I defer to you guys because I have no idea what this is, what to do, why it's here, how it's involved. I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know anything. I was just like, hello,
Yeah.
And it really didn't like pay much attention to me because obviously it knew Chris was like the most powerful one there.
Yeah.
And so it didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to me when I literally, guys, went, hello.
Yeah. Well, what's wild when we saw the tree, so that the first time I saw this tree was the very first time I was on the property of the farm. So obviously sensed it pretty regularly when I was up there, but then I was in Florida. My mom was in town. I never mentioned anything to her about the tree.
Oh, that's right. I remember this.
Yeah. Thing. My mom's got abilities. She doesn't really cop to it, but she does. And we get in my car and she looks at me and I'm like, what? And she's like, why did a giant tree just get in the back of your car? And my eyes got all big. She goes, why does he look like Groot? I had said shit to her about it. But Groot's exactly how I described him. He's just less like cartoony, but like wild shit. So, but for that elemental, I thought was interesting because we have had interactions with him. We have had conversations with him through Cody and Satori. And He definitely serves a purpose at the farm.
Yeah.
Um, but I never felt bad around either of the elementals I've come across. And honestly, I think the tree was a helper if he could be, but I think he's
Great.
been working with humans for a long time. And I think there's probably some
Right.
bit of understanding there for him. I don't know. It's interesting.
Right.
Here we go.
Will you pop up with Tom?
Yep.
Yeah. And some native spirits in tandem in the forest by my house. Tom, what is it that you're working with them like on? Is it like manifestation? Is it more like I hey,
That looks
there he is.
like
Chris Allgood.
Mr. Allgood.
That's
And
him. I was just telling you guys, or not you guys. I was just telling the guys about the elementals that we came into contact with in that private residence case, the one that's like out by Statesville, the one that Donna had put us onto. I was just telling them about that. I was like, that's the first time I've ever seen an elemental. I had no idea what to do. I was just like, hello.
It's interesting. I don't know about Chris and Audra, but for me, and I don't know about for you, but for me, there's almost like this sense of awe with them because now, of course, I've never seen one as a gnome, obviously, but the tree and the rock, there's a sense
the big
of
giant tree
comes
that got
with
into the back of your car, that is probably
it's nuts.
no, yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And I didn't realize that they could like be. I didn't know. I mean, I guess I don't. I'm glad we're doing the show because I don't really know a whole lot about them. But when I picture an elemental, I very much do not picture a big giant tree like Groot.
Yeah.
I don't like. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I thought.
Well, it's interesting.
Or yeah.
I didn't either. I mean, I'd heard of them, but I obviously never had experience, so wasn't really putting much stock into it. But then I saw this thing, and then, months later, I was at an event in Savannah working for Andrea, and Cindy Kaza was there. And she had her paintings like she had them on coasters, and I just happened to grab one, and I didn't even look at it. I just grabbed it. It was a tree elemental. Let's see if I can find it. But I think it's one of those things where you become aware of them, then you're always kind of looking for them or aware.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I don't know.
I suppose so. Do you still have those pictures? I would like to put them up. If it's too, can we do that? Do you still have those pictures I sent you that Zach sent?
I'd have to pull them off my text message and get them over here and then up.
Oh, okay. Can I share my screen?
I don't know if hold on, you know what? Let me try and link into my text. Let me see if I can link into my text messages from
I just want to get like I sent them to Michelle and she said that they very much appear like fae.
Yeah.
But this is what I've always pictured an elemental looking like. And so I want to show the group and I want your opinion, guys. Like, have you ever seen an elemental that looked like this? Does this look more like fae? Have you guys had experience with fae? I can't find them. Where the hell?
Let me see. Yeah, I found them. I think I
got them. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I got them.
Okay.
You want to do all three of them, or just the two with the circles?
Audra sees them as more mythical and magical.
That's kind of Audra. I kind of feel the same way.
Wow. Yeah.
For me, there's a reverence with them. All right, now let me see if I can just upload them. Layers.
Three sylphs. To me, it was like fae. Huh.
Let me see if I can. Bear with me, all, as I try to figure out how to do this.
Joseph had a staring contest with one.
Oh, that's funny. All right, I'm trying to make a slideshow real quick here. So
these pictures Zach took. Zach's not here tonight because he is working, but he sent these to me, and he took these pictures of him and a friend were at some park over by Greensboro, North Carolina, and he took these pictures, and they're remarkable. They're really remarkable.
All right, let me try and. Oh man.
Oh, I lied. No, Zach, you made me a fucking liar. He just popped in. Just popped in to say hello. We're getting ready to show your pictures.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to. EV Mux I'm not super great at, so I'm trying to figure out a way to bring these in.
Yeah, the baby alien from Men in Black 3. Oh, it's the closest comparison we can explain.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. We're getting there, I promise.
Okay, well, while you do that, I'm gonna so like I said, guys, I had reached out to Chris and Audra and was like, hey, you guys are pretty much the only ones that like I ever knew that had experience with elementals. So what are your thoughts on them? Any insight? So this is what they said. Audra said that she's personally only encountered or saw that one at a private investigation we did with PPIT. They tend to you find it? Oh yeah. Okay. Let me finish what they said. They tend to be mischievous, not at all evil or mean, but they are older than old, and very territorial. She said, Chris was just explaining it's believed that they are before gods and so do not fear them. So a traditional cleansing doesn't typically work because they don't fear traditional religious faith, which makes a lot of sense if they're older than gods.
Yep.
So they're usually attached to land or an area. The only way to remove them from areas you don't want them in is to place unnatural items or elements that deter and detract them, such as metal wind chimes. And I do believe, Chris, Audra, correct me if I'm wrong, that's what we recommended the owner of the house that we did the investigation of, that Donna had recommended us to. I do believe that's what we suggested she do for the elementals on her property. He said that, or Audra said, when I saw one elemental, it was such a beautiful creature, part monkey, part cat, very colorful, mostly pinks and blues, about mid-height, long tail, and kept looking up between me and Chris like a kid trying to figure out what we were saying. It was so cool.
That is
And then
cool.
Chris said what not to do is harm or damage natural elements. You can almost say that they are the original hippies. They don't like it when nature is disturbed or harmed. So,
Yep.
yeah.
And it does. I think it's interesting that he says that, because I know even just on my few experiences, I mean, I was always respectful of the earth anyway, but like
Right.
it ups it a bit, because you're aware that there are other things that have much more power than you do in that space. And I think it's really interesting to come across one for sure.
For sure. Okay, so this is one of the pictures that Zach took.
Bigger.
Yeah, so the red circle, you can see kind of that lighter green area in the dead center.
Here we go.
Can we zoom it in?
That's about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah. So if you take a look at it, like it looks like little green light. Like it looks like a little green, like I don't know. Light is really the only thing that I can explain it. Yeah. Definitely looks like an elemental. We definitely got, we sent this over to Michelle. She said that it definitely looks fey as well. Right. Cute and green. Like it's small. And quite honestly, like I might have missed this.
Yeah.
In
I would have probably.
In the picture. It's really amazing.
That might be why they have
Would
more
they be
contact.
offended if we called it cute? Like, you're such a cute little, which is some dumb shit I probably would do. Oh my God, you're adorable.
Oh my God, so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Let me see if this. All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's another one.
Sorry for the layover, y'all. This is like. Oh wait, you know what? Hold on.
No, it's fine.
Oh my God, this is such a cluster. Hang on. I'm trying to get it to where I have to resize these every time and then shift it over to the other screen. So you're seeing my lack of tech savvy. Where's Cody when you need him? No.
Right.
All right. Try
that. Put Tori back on the phone.
Yeah,
okay. Right. Actually, you know what? Zoom it in again.
Like am I looking down towards the ground, or where am I looking?
You're looking. Okay, so we see the path here. And if you look off to so imagine like you've wandered into this little clutch of trees. That very first tree here on the edge,
Yeah.
see that little lighter green area? It looks like it's probably, I don't know, 6 inches tall. That's another one. So the first one that we saw was back in the back, like if you wandered further down the path and it was in that dark space in the back here. But if you look at this, see this very first tree that's sticking out, like right next to it is this little green sprite looking thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Looks like a little old man with a cane, like a time elemental talk to the, yes.
Yeah.
Like an earthen gnome. Isn't that cool?
It is cool.
Yeah. So he sent me these and he was like, there it is. Look at it. There it is.
That's wild.
So wild.
Looks like he's even got a hat on.
I know, right? When he sent me these, I was like, Zach, where in the fuck were these taken?
Yeah.
And Zach, if you're still here, I know it was a park somewhere. I can't remember the name of the park, but he's like, you want to go to this park with me? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to go to this park with you. Let's go.
Ain't got to tell me twice.
Yeah, so it's really cool. And I guess it's very, very rare that you can actually capture an elemental in a photograph.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love that. We'll have to put those up in the group so that people can blow them up bigger and look at them.
For sure. Yeah.
If they want to. So
yeah, for sure. We'll definitely do that.
We'll make sure that happens.
Yeah. I think they're very fascinating. I certainly think it's something worth studying. You know what I mean? Not just to be like, I want to make a deal with elementals or whatever.
Right.
But it's a part of our metaphysical, physical world that I would really love, to know more about. Relatable to the Greenland fairies. Ooh. Hurley Park in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Hurley Park,
Salisbury, North Carolina. Yeah. So Zach and I are going to go there and we're going to try to capture elementals on film again. They're wonderful to work with, but they command respect as protectors of Mother Earth. They remind us of the delicate balance of nature. Yeah, I would imagine. And I wonder, like,
in fact, true.
Yeah, for sure. What does it say? If anybody has really like studied this or looked into it. So I'm an air sign. I'm an Aquarius. I'm an air sign, or I'm an air element, but I'm really, really drawn to the fire element. Not that I like want to set everything on fire, but I've started learning how to read flames and smoke and wax. Ceromancy, I believe, is what wax reading is. Yeah. So I always felt like I wasn't alone when I would go in with them. Let's hope it was elementals or deer and not serial killers. Watch enough true crime to be like, you need to stay out of those woods, girl.
Right? I'm the same way though. I mean, I'm an earth element by nature, but the one I usually work with the most is fire.
Fire, yeah.
And it's not because lighting fires is fun, but not like that kind of fire, like candles and cinnamon. Like it just
got my little lighter here, and I'm all
right. Yeah. So, but for me, there's a lot of catharsis in fire too. Right? Like
there really is. Yeah, there's something really Zach is a redhead, which is relatable to fire elements. I just love to watch it.
Yeah.
I love to watch it the way that it moves. I love
the sound of it.
I love the sound of it. And yeah, so when I did my little spell the other day on November 11th, 11/11 at 11/11, I just sat here and just stared at the flame and just kind of watched it. It really kind of stayed steady and it grew. But then there were like little tiny sparks popping up. And I'm like, what does that mean? Get on the internet. Like, I don't know. There's just something about it. Even like when we would go and I'd go to visit Jennifer and we would have a fire out in her backyard. I would just stare at it because it was the movement of the flame is really fascinating to me.
Mom, you're an earth.
Mom, you're an earth. My mom, if you're watching, you're an air.
I think that's something you can kind of figure out with, finding what you're drawn to. I think is a lot of that.
Yeah.
For me, it kind of resonates deep down at like the soul of who I am as a person. Earth's really the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm sure the internet's full with 8 million different options of how to choose or how to learn what, element you are if you want to do that.
You know that Udemy probably has like 900 classes on it.
I'll see if I can find, I know we kind of figured it out when I was doing that elemental shamanic thing we were doing.
Cool.
And it went on for like a year. Oh my God. We did a burn ceremony every single week.
Really?
Oh yeah. Video with other people.
Oh wow. Okay.
Going through all your good stuff, your bad stuff. It was crazy. But
yeah,
for me, I love fire. So I definitely have fire. And I think Corner Cauldron had said, Mom, you might want to take note of this one. You can get your natal chart done. You can do that online very easily, looking for what your rising sign is. But I can call you about that tomorrow and we can figure that out.
Okay.
It's which element you align with.
Yeah.
I never know what my
elementals have never had human form. They existed prior to humanity, and Darwin would have never guessed it.
Exactly.
And that's what I love too. I love that that they're ancient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I kind of think like it should make sense to everybody that elementals exist. Whether they're, they're into the metaphysical or what have you, because it just sort of seems like it's sort of arrogant of us to think that maybe there isn't something that's out there that's trying to protect Mother Earth.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's kind of like, how arrogant are we to think that aliens don't exist? Really? We think we're the only ones here? That's ridiculous.
Well, when we were investigating at work last week, hour, that was a conversation I was having with someone was basically exactly what you just said, which now just went completely out of my brain. And I,
thank God, you and I are so alike.
Forgot because I had something good and then it just went.
Whoop. Was it smart?
No, probably not.
Okay.
We'll just scratch that one off the list of things Aaron can't freaking remember.
I'm telling you.
But the other thing that's interesting, like what Chris said about them having never been in human form, what I find interesting is in researching some of this is the ties. Pretty much all major religions have a tie to elements anyway, right?
Right.
Like, for example, Chinese medicine. They found elements as a very useful model for understanding the functions of human body systems and processes through a body of knowledge called Wu Jing.
Okay.
It extends to music, martial arts, and a geomancy technique called feng shui.
Yes.
But the Chinese has a system of 5 elements, and it includes earth, fire, and water, emits air, but adds where was the fourth and fifth one? Oh, wood and metal.
Oh.
So that's it, because of course those are obviously naturally occurring elements. Sure. And the pentagram, which is obviously used in all kinds of different practices, but it is still used to symbolize those 5 elements.
Wood the Chinese and metal?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. But not air. That's interesting.
Not air, yeah. The Chinese pentagram illustrations depict different elements at the top of the pentacle, but they all sit in the same order, traveling clockwise around the points. Wood is followed by fire, followed by earth, followed by metal, and then finally water. Like the Western system, fire represents an abundance of energy. Water represents stillness and a feeling of spiritual or emotional retreat. Earth is a changing transitional element that shifts like the seasons. Wood represents growth, and metal is the rewards achieved through progress. Chinese medicine, each organ is assigned an element according to what body process is best modeled by that elemental idea. The element assigned to each organ dictates how that organ is best cared for or treated in the case of disease.
That's very interesting.
Yep. They have the same 4 elements that we have in the West, in both Buddhism and Hinduism. So these are things that have been going on since the beginning of time. So of course, there's no shock that
for sure.
These older, much older civilizations were working with elementals, because elements were such a huge part of everyday
Right.
for them.
Yeah,
Their
absolutely.
spiritual practice, bodily practices, healing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously, there's a lot of use of elements in modern witchcraft, like I just talked about, because I think I would fall under the eclectic witch because I practice on my own. But just about any witch you're going to talk to is a pretty good base in working with the elements. I know for myself, and I know other people in the chat, when you open a circle, you open it with elements.
Yes.
Directions.
Mm-hmm.
Call in the elements.
Call in the elements.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder how much like elementals are a part of that when people call in the elements. Like, are they there? Do they bring them in? Do they have anything to do with that? Like, do we know?
Is it gonna sound weird?
Look at Chris. When it comes to anything like this, I'm always like, Chris, what do you think? Chris,
right.
I have questions. Chris.
Well, I don't know if Chris would agree with this since he's in here. For me, it's almost like they're the ones who open the gates.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I always picture like this big like rock wall, and there's these giant doors, like old wood doors that open like this, and I open each one by one, but there's like a guardian at the doors.
So kind of like Labyrinth. The movie Labyrinth.
Yeah. When you open each gate, the element comes rushing in, and it looks different for everybody. That's how it looks.
Sure.
There's always a guardian at that circle, and I wonder if that's the elementals, but it's an energetic guardian.
Yeah.
Like I don't see my tree opening the door to the gate of the earth. You know what I mean? And then so, it looks different to everybody, but I feel like they're kind of the guardians of nature. So I would assume that when I'm opening a circle, that I'm sort of asking their permission to some degree. I don't know. That could sound completely off base, and I could be completely wrong.
But I mean, maybe like you said, it's different for everybody. Chris says true Wiccans call on earth gods, which are essentially elementals. Makes sense. It makes sense.
Work with them every time you cast a circle. Yep. That makes sense. Yep.
All right. That's how I see them when I see.
Okay, so we see them kind of the same way. I do find that interesting because I think they're, like I was saying at the beginning, I think they're ever present. It's just, are we paying attention?
Yeah, and somebody else had said in the chat too that like, I guess you see them if they let you see them.
I think that's true too.
Yeah. And I mean, quite honestly, that's kind of true with everything, right? Like, I think especially with, spirits and ghosts, when you go and do these investigations, like they're there. If you're not picking anything up and you're not capturing any EVPs and you're not whatever, that doesn't mean they're not there. That if they let you see them or hear them or whatever, then you will. But Laura and I had done a podcast event at the 1910 jail in Globe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like for friends and fans, and everybody met us there. We took them on a tour of the place. We had the whole place to ourselves. And then we explained, just like Chris and Audra and Tony and Cherie had done at Phelps, we showed them how to use the equipment and sent them on their way. And it was a pretty quiet night, and people were really disappointed. And like, maybe we heard a couple of bangs or whatever, but people were really disappointed. But then when I got home and I uploaded all of the video that people took and the audio, they captured 46 EVPs.
That's insane.
It's insane. It's the most I have ever captured on an investigation and ever heard of being captured on an investigation. But these guys were just chatting away
I love that.
To everybody, but they was like really quiet, and they were really bummed out until I was like, here's the huge file of EVPs you caught. Here's the EVPs you caught. Everyone was like, holy crap. It was wild. It was really wild.
That's nuts.
But I feel like elementals are probably the same as spirits, and like us as humans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we could be in a giant group of people, and if we don't want to talk to somebody, we're not gonna.
Well, and it's interesting too because the only other elemental when you're talking about that, because then you're getting into the human element of them, right?
Sure.
They're
But
at
they're
the
not human, so
right, but it's interesting because there is what we think is an elemental up here in Rumford, and I've seen it. It is a giant. This is gonna sound stupid. You remember Grimace, purple Grimace? Okay,
yeah.
big like
McDonald's,
Grimace,
yeah.
shaped like Grimace, but giant rock. And the rock is sitting, and the rock just cries all the time, and it just says over and over again, "I've cried a river of 1,000 tears." Don't know what that means. Again, not 100% sure it's an elemental because of the emotional end of it. But the theory
Sure.
is so where we live, downtown Rumford, which is like this big, it's tiny and mostly dead. Like it's an
Sure.
old mill town. So, but when the mill was originally put in, they turned this area into an island to be able to move logs easier on each side of the
Okay,
mill.
that makes sense. Yeah.
And in doing so, and this is now Corey and Jen have investigated this place for like 15 years, so they know this building very, very well. And the theory is that that elemental somehow is trapped on that island. That's the theory. Don't know, nothing to back that up. Maybe it's not an elemental I saw, but it was I don't know, 6.5, 7 foot tall, big ass rock.
Like a giant, like
a giant rock, like Grimace, but rock, and sitting on the ground and just basically constant tears. And I don't know if it's, I don't know. It's bizarre, but I never seen anything like that either.
That's interesting.
I don't know. Maybe Chris and Audra have some insight into that. Maybe I didn't see an elemental at all, but
yeah, that's really interesting. And yeah, I always go to Chris and Audra. I'm like, hey, I have a question. And
I wonder.
Maybe
I wonder that too,
water.
Sandy.
If there's no
like,
water,
but there's bridges, but the bridges weren't there back then. I don't know, but that's our thought too. It can't cross water, and then I'm thinking, well, there's a bridge, but it may not. I don't know, but that's crossed our mind.
The old stories of trolls are based off of rock elementals. I love him so much.
So good. So
I swear to God, I always go to them because I'm like, if they don't know, they'll find the answer. They're the best trainers in the business.
But like all I can think of is the rock. Is it Never-Ending Story with the rock biters? Was that
yes? Yes.
That's kind of what I keep thinking.
Oh yes.
Rock biters. Was that a representation of elementals way back then?
I mean, oh my God.
You had all 4 elements. Now we're all going to go all right.
Now we all have to go watch Never-Ending Story.
And then the next show, we're just going to sit down and break down Never-Ending Story.
Next show, we're going to watch Never-Ending Story together. Well, think about it, because at the end, like the last piece of the earth was this tiny little glowing, of the world was this little tiny glowing. Oh my gosh.
That was it. Oh my God. That's crazy.
Wow.
So that was all I had on all I had on elementals anyway. Oh, geez.
What, are you all right?
That card jumped out of my hand.
Okay.
I like to play with these, so I just
start shuffling.
Start playing with them.
Does
anybody have any questions?
Yeah, does anybody have any questions?
Comments, concerns?
Because clearly we're now the experts.
We're like, where's Chris Hogan? Where's Chris?
Right, yeah, clearly we have an expert in the audience.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Base of Mountain Trolls, Scottish mythical.
Sightings. If I could draw this thing I saw, that's why I'm describing it like I can't. Yeah. But a giant rock, big old fat rock.
That's wild.
Sad rock.
Sad rock.
In the basement at the GRCC.
Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know.
I don't either.
Well, I don't either. You hear stories of like statues and other things made out of rock, like leaking water.
Yeah.
Like here, I don't know. That's interesting.
It's wild.
Also, if you guys have seen me do this tonight, I'm not picking my nose. I have a tiny little dog hair stuck in the little like stones in my nose ring, and I can feel it. And I'm trying to like,
Oh,
it's
it's so annoying.
so annoying. And I'm like, okay, don't do it on the show, Carrie. They're gonna be like, why is she picking her nose? Um, for everybody that is new here tonight, Aaron and I do a thing at the end of every episode where she draws a card, and it's just sort of like autocorrect pisses me off.
Auto never correct.
Auto never correct that ducking thing.
Ducking thing.
Dear autocorrect, it's never ducks. It's a booger. Language. So Aaron draws a card that kind of sums up the show. It's always on point. It's a random draw. And it's pretty amazing. It's just sort of like really good advice to kind of button up the end of the show. In Scotland, they saw the return of the white stag. Yes, that has something to do with the elementals.
Did not know about that.
Yeah, for sure. And then I do a thing. I pull a number of cards.
Yeah, you're gonna do 3.
I do pull a number of cards. We have been doing shadow work here as a group on the show.
Yep.
So I pull from this wonderful deck that I have. I love it so much. It's beautiful. And Aaron blindly draws 3 people that wants to have a card pulled for shadow work that they need to be doing over the next couple of weeks. So we do that, and then we end the show with a sweary affirmation for the next 2 weeks. So made me think of Johnny Fever from WK.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes.
Now I'm going to be singing that freaking theme song all night. Thank you, Joe.
Yes, thanks a lot. And also, did that actor just recently die?
I don't know.
God, what was his name? He went on to play the teacher in oh shit.
See, it's one of those. My brain left the building like 2 work days ago. So
a million percent. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do a shameless plug.
Do it
because I don't care. So as we know, when I pull these shadow cards, if you raise your hand, you say me, that is you giving me permission for my guides to reach out to your guide so that they can pick a card for you that is meant specifically for you. For the last several times we've done this, yeah, Lonnie Anderson died. That's right. The last several times that we've pulled cards for individuals, it has, I guess, really hit for them. They don't like obviously explain why, but yes. So we do that. But I do want to let you know that before I do the show, because I know I'm pulling cards for folks, I do meditate. I do get to that higher vibrational frequency so that I can speak with your guides as well. But what I've started doing, and if you follow my shop on Facebook and Instagram, Zach and I'm going to give him credit for this because this is actually his idea. We created Liminal, and it is a mugwort anointing oil. So it's got the little mugwort in there. It's got some lavender, it's sweet almond oil. And it has been blessed to kind of awaken the blind as a bat, awaken the space between worlds. So I have started putting this on my temples and on my third eye. It really does help. It also, if you want to like practice astral projection, lucid dreaming, enhanced dream recall, mugwort is very good for that as well. So you can buy this in my shop. It is $12, and it is very, very powerful. My dreams have been really weird since I started using it. Yes, yours is on the way, and it's very powerful. Like I don't know I don't know how I made it so powerful, but it is. So I recommend if you want to do any kind of spiritual work. You can anoint your altar. You can anoint your space. You can anoint yourself. You can anoint your chakras. And it's a 4-ounce bottle, and it's going to last you for like a really long time.
Wow.
I really love it. So I put some of that on. So hopefully the card pulls tonight will be super potent. And thanks, Joseph. So
yeah, if you guys want to put me in the comments.
Who wants?
I'll finally pick. I'm not even going to worry about it because we have so many of the same people week to week.
Yeah,
we're going to get repeats.
I mean, and if you pick them, then obviously that's for a reason.
So
there are no coincidences. So if somebody gets picked again,
Carrie to pull a shadow work card for you, put me in the comments. And if you want, I can read mine if you want while people are
let's do it.
Putting theirs in. So I'm pulling from Starseed Oracle like we do every week. This one never ceases to.
It never fails. It's always so mind blowing.
So good.
Okay. Yeah. It's always so mind blowing.
All right.
Okay. Hit us.
Fall into my arms is the. I don't even know why I bother because my camera's absolute garbage. So it's a wasted effort.
My eyes are totally shot too.
All right. Let me find it here. 66. Okay. Right off the jump. All right. Surrender. Holding the opposites. Extremes of life. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded, and when things are bad, that perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. Didn't we get this last week?
I think we did.
Recently.
Even Mary Beth said we've had this card before.
But it's interesting because we're talking about elementals keeping the balance.
Yeah.
Things, and this is talking about keeping the balance of things. So that one nailed it, as usual.
Yeah, for sure.
But yes, we have had that card. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to start.
Okay, so we have three. We only have 3 people that said me. Chris, Tom, and Rose. So we'll just do Chris, Tom, and Rose. Okay.
Who do you want to go first?
We'll do Chris.
Christopher.
Okay. So again, this is our shadow work, shadow edition. I have turned all the lights on because my eyes are 48 years old and they act it. Damned eyes. All right, Chris, I always ask folks, do you want me to pull from the top or cut the deck? It's up to you.
We should have Jeopardy music while people are
right. Do. Tom and Rose. Also, you can just go ahead and let me know what you want to do if you want me to pull from the top or cut the deck while we're doing this.
Cut. Says cut.
Cut. Here we go. We're cutting. Here we go. They're new, so they're like stuck together. Okay. Ooh. Oh man, Chris, you got the Alchemist.
Love it.
Love it. Okay, let's find it. Blue. Oh, the sage of that. Sorry. Literally, the font is like 1. Okay. Seriously, I need this light. Okay. The Alchemist card indicates a time of metamorphosis. It is a call to view everything in your current life as an opportunity for growth. Right now is a potent time to plant the seeds of what you want to invite in. It is also a reminder that our thoughts are incredibly powerful. We may not feel like we have a lot of control over our lives, but we can work hard at changing our thought patterns to ones that empower us. Whatever they are given, the alchemist is still able to transmute. They may have a handful of bad ingredients, but but they are able to make enough magic with what they have. It can be a long process, but they hold a vision for their final product while continuing to show up in their negative situation and slowly work at transmuting it. Someone who is in the shadow of the alchemist may not believe in themselves. They may have both a fear of failure and a fear of success, keeping them paralyzed in their current situation. They can also minimize situations and keep their true feelings inside, as opposed to getting them out and moving on. A key to being an alchemist is naming what is happening so you can work with it. So there we go. The Alchemist.
Good one.
That is a good one. Okay.
Tom said you can pull from the top.
Tom said pull from the top. Okay, let me just shuffle really, really quickly.
I think that, other people I've heard see in the comments have headaches too, and I think it's all this
God, yes.
geomagnetic storms and
storm. Oh, thank God. Yeah, this headache is I've had it all week. This week
and
is
of course,
really ridiculous.
all 3 nights for the Northern Lights, we have had snow the first night. First time I've ever been mad about snow. And then just complete cloud cover the last night and tonight, so nothing.
Okay. Tom, we're pulling from the top.
Tom.
Ooh, Tom, you have patience. This sounds really interesting, especially with what you've been posting about going on in your life lately. But maybe this is like completely something different. Okay, so Tom has patience. That is something I will never possess. I don't have patience.
I don't have much either.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. It's all fine.
All right, so patience. This card brings the message that you must be patient and trust divine timing. Humans are anxious creatures. We know what we want and we want it now, but we are also working in collaboration with the divine, which means sometimes we have to wait longer than we would like. Looking to the earth can be helpful when we are working to cultivate patience. We cannot rush the seasons. A tadpole cannot rush its metamorphosis. That's the second card that's mentioned, metamorphosis. A tree cannot rush its growth. This card asks you to have faith that your own process is happening in perfect time. Now, the crystal that goes with this card is petrified wood. Petrified wood is fossilized roots and trunks of ancient trees. It is a stone of steady growth and patience. Petrified wood holds the wisdom of time. It teaches us how to not sweat the small stuff. It is a reminder that divine timing will always be better than our personal timing, and that we must always trust that. It encourages us to stay the course, but not to push the river as it flows all on its own. Continue to show up to your work, continue to reach toward growth, but do not rush. Call upon petrified wood for ancient knowing in the process of divine timing.
I like it.
I like it too. That was a really, really good one.
Mercury done put herself in the microwave again. Mercury's an asshole.
Okay, you're welcome. All right.
All right. And then
Rose,
Miss Rose said either cut or pop out.
Okay.
Yep.
This is such a beautiful deck with the gold inlay, and
they are really pretty cards.
They're so beautiful. I really they closed.
Because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Yeah, petrified wood is connected to ancient elements and elementals.
Yep.
Snap.
I mean, and if you need to, go to Arizona. Go to Sedona. Go to the Petrified Forest.
So cool.
Yes. Okay. We're cutting. Okay, here we go. We're cutting. Here we go. Okay. Rose, your card is, drum roll. Ooh, the Observer.
I feel like we pulled that one for somebody before.
Did we?
Okay.
Pretty. The Observer. All right. Watch it be Rose. Watch it be like, that was my last card.
Right. Wouldn't that be nuts?
That would be nuts. That would be an indication that the lesson has not been learned.
Bingo.
All right, 100. Jesus H. The Observer. Here we go. Okay. The Observer indicates a time where you are being encouraged to suspend judgment or conclusions and simply witness. Oh, you know what? I do think we got this one. Humans are always trying to sort their external world. We want to process it, make sense of it, and figure out our place within it. It is our way of trying to feel secure and comfortable within our environment. However, this can reach extremes where we are automatically forming opinions without gathering enough information. The Observer asks you to pause and simply pay attention. This may feel passive, but in observing, we are already cultivating change. The balanced observer intuitively knows when to be present and when to move. They watch, but they do not do so in a way that harms others. Many people may interpret them as apathetic. In reality, they understand that there is a time and a place for action. The unbalanced observer becomes too stagnant. They can see how everything functions, but do not believe that they are able to affect change as they are only one person. This can be a form of bypassing, as they may not stand up when it is needed.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, Mary Beth thinks that we may have pulled that one for her before.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. And then we got our sweary affirmations.
Yes, sweary affirmations. I love these cards so much. So this is our sweary affirmations. For those new to the show this week, we pull one every 2 weeks, and this is the affirmation that we live by until the next show.
Yes.
And they are super funny and generally also
very sweary.
Very sweary. And they also tend to like be in line with the topic of the show.
So true.
That week. Same with Aaron's cards.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Okay. All right. So we're just going to pull this one. Okay. Here we go. Stop waiting for someone else to give you a fucking hug.
Oh my God, I love it.
Here we go. Stop waiting for somebody else to give you a fucking hug. If you want to feel loved, you have to fucking do it yourself first. Love who you fucking are. Love that there is no one else like you. Love every tiny part of yourself that makes you a fucking rock star. Be a goddess, be a queen, be the fucking reason why you know that you are the best bitch in town.
Yeah. That's freaking amazing.
That's the best one. So we are going to post this on the Facebook group. And then Aaron, don't forget to post Zach's pictures.
Yep.
And then, yeah. Yes, Chris, Audra, thank you guys so much.
I know.
But don't be petrified if it's all Earth's intentions. Yeah, it's true. Don't be afraid.
He'll be here all week.
Yep, he will be here all week.
I love it. And
yeah, so thanks, guys. What? Oh, blah, blah, blah. The thought right out of my head. Thanks a lot, Aaron.
It's that night tonight. I'm telling you.
A lot. No. Marie, Buffy, she said something in the chat about scrying. What if we add that to the episode list? And maybe we do a little scrying? What do you think?
Down for it.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so very much. Chris, Audra, I love you to pieces. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll probably pick the topic Wednesday night for the show.
What? You act like that's not standard operating procedure. They know better. They know that's how we are.
We can't be any kind of organized.
I'd love to say it's like it just comes to us the night before, but that's absolute horseshit. It's like, oh my God, it's been a week. We forgot. What's the topic? Here we go.
We had a huge episode list that got us through like 10 months of shows. And now we're like, now what?
Yeah, right. Crazy.
Because we're not going to end this. This is too fun. Anyway, night, everybody. Sandy, best of luck at your vendor show. Sell all the things. Tell us all about it.
Yes.
And then, like I said, guys, run to the shop, buy Liminal, very, very powerful. Also, buy Palo and Stone room protection spray, very, very powerful as well. But be careful with it around the puppies because I sprayed it on my headboard and my footboard, and Leia, my dog, come to find out she's really fucking allergic to it and started sneezing in the most wild ways. So just be very careful spraying it around the pets. Palo and Stone's $10. Liminal is $12. This little light of mine, skincare.com. I'm done.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. We love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.